This job is going to be a little different. I got contracted for a 3-day, multi-day event, but this time I'm not bringing the FX6. I'm not bringing any gear at all, actually. I'm going to be operating these two Blackmagic Mini Ursas 4.6K G2 all by myself on sticks in the back of the room, just covering keynote speakers throughout the entire day. Now, with these Blackmagic cameras, we also have a third one locked off in the corner of the room, and I have a second camera operator operating that one camera. He looked out, he gets to operate one, but I have to operate two. One of my cameras is going to be a wide shot and the other one is going to be a tighter shot. So for the lenses, we're using three Canon 25-250s with a 1.5 converter. So we have an insane reach. Here's the first Blackmagic Mini Ursa. It's pretty straightforward, pretty basic. All we have is SDIs running into it, and then we have a guy in the back who's monitoring a panel, and he's able to switch between camera 1, 2, and 3. As you can see right here, I'm trying to just figure out where I can install this zoom adapter that operates with the servo zoom lenses, the Canon 25-250. And that lens, it's a very expensive lens. It's a $30,000 lens, so it's pretty cool. This is my first time ever using these lenses and playing around with them.
So I was wrong. This actually goes onto the side handle just like that. It doesn't go on the stop handle like that. So yeah, I think it's pretty cool how it runs all the way to the front right there. I thought it went on the side handle in the back right here, but the guy came over and explained it to me. That's not how it is. So yeah, we're just waiting now on Sachtler tripods. These are the headphones that they're going to be communicating to me through. Yeah, we're just waiting now.
One thing I don't like about this digital zoom adapter piece, it's like the zoom on it is just insanely fast. It's ridiculously fast, and I had an issue with it, and my second camera operator, he didn't like it either. So right here, this is our settings that we are going to be running on this Blackmagic Mini Ursa. They're pretty basic settings. We're shooting Blackmagic RAW at an 8.1 in HD 1080 by 1920. And here again, here is the zoom on this crazy lens. This one was actually set to the 1.5 converter, so this wasn't even the widest it can go. So as I show you guys right here, this is camera 1, and this one is without the 1.5 times converter. You can see how far this thing can reach. This would honestly be a great lens to have if it wasn't 30K. So you can see right here, I don't know if you're gonna notice, but as I zoom in, the screen becomes very shaky and bouncy. Originally, what I had to do was take the flooring, they were so close together, I just scooted one back and try to leave a gap so it wouldn't shake as much. But with the music bass and just people even walking near the area, the lens would just had this really bad, like, jiggly jello wobble effect every time you zoomed in. It was just really annoying, but there's nothing honestly we could do about that. Right here are all the gold mount batteries. So also right here, this control dial allows you to control the focus as well. I don't really like it. It's okay. I think it's a cheaper brand. I don't even know what brand it was. I think it was Zybic or Libic. I don't know. This is camera 2 that I'm playing around with, just testing out the focus and testing out the zoom on it, just trying to get a feel for it before we start the live event. Here you can see our white balance setting. I thought this piece right here would allow me to control the zoom speed, but I don't think it had anything to do with that. Right here, I'm running SDI in through the Blackmagic, and I'm running SDI out through the Blackmagic Mini Converter.
This is the third Blackmagic Ursa that we're operating. So you see it's labeled camera number 3. Yeah, right now we literally just been sitting around for like 5 hours, so it's pretty boring, and the event itself was only 3 hours long, so getting paid a full day rate for this. Pretty simple, straightforward. We're on Sachtler Flowtex. Man, this monitor is so bad. I don't like how this monitor looks at all, but I'm going to be operating this as a follow camera. Well, the two cameras. I'm operating camera 1 and 2. One is going to be a wide. Second one's gonna be a follow camera.
So if you never use one of these wireless headphones, basically green means you're muted and red means you're live and you're able to talk. So this SDI distribution that I mentioned earlier, it simply just allows you to distribute a single SD or HD connection to up to 8 different SDI outputs at the same time. This right here is a dinosaur of a camera. This is a Canon C200 that I'm going to be using to operate during the breakout sessions. It's just so big and beefy. You can see the fans on the side of the camera, which is literally blowing out air all shoot long. Yeah, but all in all, it was okay.
I want to take this part of the video to be a quick little story time. If you don't care to listen, then you could just click off, and I'll see you in next week's video or whenever I post another video. But I'm gonna explain to you how I literally almost ruined this entire shoot and potentially ruined my chances with this client ever again. We're recording the breakout sessions. It's typical, just follow cam setup, tripod in the back of the room, just following whoever's on stage. Now with this setup, we were supposed to record. I was operating 2 Blackmagic Ursa. One of the Blackmagic Ursas is being plugged in through an outlet, so it pretty much has power for the entire day. But the other one is being ran off of V-mount batteries, and these V-mount batteries are not the best V-mount batteries. They only last about an hour. So as I'm using these V-mount batteries, I'm monitoring both cameras and watching the V-mount battery on my one particular camera, which is a tight shot. I spoke to them through the headset and I said, hey, whenever you guys get a chance, can you switch cam 2? Because currently they were displaying cam 2 on the giant screen. So I said, hey, can you guys switch to cam 3 or 1 so I can change out the V-mount battery? I'm at 5%. And they're like, yeah, go for it. Literally, as I bend down to grab the V-mount battery and as I come up, the Blackmagic turns off. And then my heart just completely sank. I was like, oh my gosh, did I just lose all this footage? Because typically if your camera shuts off while you're recording, you can run the risk of losing all that footage and corrupting the file. So I switched the V-mount out, I put the new one on, turned the camera back on. Sure enough, it says card error. And meanwhile, we're recording to SSD drives because it's the Blackmagic Ursa. We're not recording to SD card. So immediately my heart just sinks because it's flashing a red light at me and it said card error. So I just immediately hit record again and hoping that I still have all the footage. And as the session ended, I go to replay the footage to see if I have the first hour-long footage that was being recorded. It's gone. It's not there. It's completely gone. And I honestly didn't know how to tell the director, like, dude, I just lost the footage. Like, and that just looks so bad on me because this is day 1. I still have 2 more days to work with these people. So I build the courage to go tell the director because it's just something that you just have to tell them. Like, I'm not gonna hide it. And to my surprise, he wasn't that mad because they already have a duplicate recording through the panel. So on his end, when he was in the back switching from camera 1, 2, and 3, doing all that, they were already recording what was being shown on the screen. So the screen that everyone was looking at when they were switching from camera 1, 2, and 3, that was being recorded. So they have that drive on file as they back up. So it makes me feel a little bit better, but still, I don't want mistakes like that happening again. And it's because I told them over and over again, when it got to 10%, I told them, I said, hey, it's at 10%, do you want to swap it out? They said, hold off a little bit more and let's wait a little bit. So I said, okay. Got down 5%. I said, hey, it really needs to be switched out. And that's when they said, okay. So it's because of that waiting period. If I would have switched at 10% like I originally wanted to, this would not have happened. But I'm just happy that they have a backup. So that makes me feel a little bit better, but that's just still embarrassing, something like that to happen, even though it wasn't necessarily my fault because I kept telling them, hey, the battery's getting low, it's getting low, it's getting low. So it's a hard pill to swallow, but it happened. Things happen, people make mistakes. Without further ado, I'm catching you in the next video.